Fort TV. Stay entertained.
Wow, good morning everyone, wherever you are. Mulimuta hona hamkumkwasiza hamkukora tubaramukize kandi tubagonza muno. As usual, your host TRINAH kandi ekiro kya hati tindinyenka mu studio nyizire muno mugenyi wange obesere Dr. Frederick wakujja kututwara mu nsonga z'obwomezi ezitali zimu na zimu. So kabanza abaramukyeho niko toyongereyo mu maiso.
Ewe bale TRINAH. Murera mutinywa na abatuhulirize. Amabara gange ni wanyeta Mutegeki Frederick Innocent. Ndi musawo w'abantu. Ninkora n'irwaro lya Kabarole Hospital Church of Uganda. Baitu nyine irwaro lyange riri Karago. Akiuma kya mafuta KTDS baleta Morit Medical Center. Nyine na pharmacy. Ntaito eri Kiko Kamenge Road. Wokuwanota Kiko Trading Center.
Okay. So mamhura msawa waitu. I think ebyone byabalizeho ebitweka hamberali hona nosuba kumufunerayo then utantumalira ujja kufune nambaze ujja kwasaganya nawo utuliyo tugenda maiso nimba sima habo kugonza Fort TV no kwikara hogo butosa kabikyo program yaitu eya chakatano tubantu bazao ebyobwomezi obwomezi wabulindota obwomezi bintu binge bikubamu endwaire bi pressure sukali byokuzara so bintu binge kiro kya hati nibyo twizire nabyo kubazao. I think topic ya hati tujja kubazao contraception then na high blood pressure. Omusawaito leka abanza abasoboreho ebintu ebi bimanyisaki nukuhatwe yongereyo abasobore munyonyoke kurungi.
Bale muno omutekaniza aningoza kusima muno Fort TV abo kutuhereza omugisa kusharinga information na abantu wiro bukira abantu nibafuna wrong information about health kandi population owekobete inebomezi then kibankimaisa population tero itu nkabebe bomezi tukanagiriza mune kintu kyoku twara information mu bantu hati twaleka abantu abandi baleta information kandi yeta hikiri kero kinumbere no mugisa go kubaza contraception contraception inkimaisa kutwarenda mu bigufu baitukire ihiri abo kubo bya kutwarenda harumu family planning hagati yaho bakazi abakyara baineho kujwa okwa buli kwezi nebindi ebikuongeraho kujja kura batwalenda hati kiro kinu ningonza kubaza ebintu ebitarukurora kubiyo obukufunenda obukubanoga kosa family planning iyo mbakuhereza akajumu nemba kuhereza enkinzo abaitu in one way or the other enkinzo nebine effect yokora mubiri gwaho obuhakubata baireho effect runi empingisa ine kikote kya kuongeraho ekitasemeriye kuba nayo. So contraception nikyo tugondeze kubazaho topic ya contraception hano nitujya kubazaho menstrual cycles abakazi nikihuniriza muno wait mutekaniza ngo statistics ezikozero ngo ebichwa kinana na munana habuli 10 byawe sikiti bamanyire safe days abo
mazima abayingi nanya so kwantazamanyire
so oboku unikibanki maiso obugenda kweterana n'omusaija mu back of your mind otaine ngoenda kutwalenda kandi otamanyire ngoli safe so nkibanki maiso enda paka no ya kitwala so hati aho no tukujya kugenda mbyo kuhamwenda wundo waferayo ebintu aningira tujya no kubaza high blood pressure abo kubera common muno kana related na topic yetu kujya kubazaho obwiro buraba bugondeze nakyo tujya kiongeraho.
Okay. So hati doctor tukutandika nkoko watu balizaho abaisiki mu nsonga zo kujya mu nsonga zabo zekicyara yani their menstruation period abaisiki abayingi tubakumanya ngo bwire buti nibwo nsobora kutwaramu then bwire buti niso kutabutwaramu hati ntotubento endo tusobora banzo tusobora ha safe days yezi abo kubeka kumanya haloho umuntu kusanga in a safe days as irregular and those ones with irregular. Yes, no sanga arundi like me obunda atandika my periods like on first na maliro on fourth then on niko kugumanti then on no sanga ya jam like first ya malira fourth omurundi ogundi ya jam over like 20th so I not kwenda tusobora yo
kali wewe balomtekanisa kubanza nokubanza ensonga za abakazi rundi menstrual flow zina hormones ezicontrolling mu rutore kigambo hormones zakatukozesa kigambo ensande wito omubiri gwine ensande eziguleta kucontrollinga bimu ha mubiri gwawo kubera akora homeostatic balance of the body, physiological balance of the body. So hormones ezireta menstrual cycles mbakazi ziba hormones nkaisatu rundina baitu eziri common muno ezitukira muno kuba nazo mu menstrual cycle eba estrogen na progesterone hata wenyikirize ngaruka kikaguzo kyawe kiukagwizi ekikaguzo kya safe days haro menses rundi kugenda musongo kutali regular ago mazima onu na gyamu kerokinu na wawikiemu na gyamu ekyo nakyo tujya kukibazaho baitu omukazi wali nomo utukubazaho wire buno nuwo omukazi wa kugyamu kerokinu ebiro byokwezi bibiri then the next month akagyamu ebiro byokwezi bibiri ezo mbazeta regular cycles hati for a regular cycle abakazi twena abakazi nywena na nyoti ni mukazi abakazi nywena mugenda musonga zanyu ovulating in other words amahuli agakuleta abana gabarede kuba fertilized hakiro ke 14 hada kiro ke 14 kinu tukiwaratuta kiro kino wagenda musonga zawe wagya mu kiro kino regardless of the day. For instance kiro kino birobyo kwezi 17 okwa kabiri so ebirobyo kwezi 17 okwa kabiri wagenda musonga zawe ekyo ngyo kikuwa kiro kyao kikuanza periods so wagya mu today 17th betiyo no kibaranga first day of your cycle abakazi abakera mbajo ebiro bisatu rundi bina some of them bleed for a week depending wetu abakera bajo ebiro bisatu so ebiro bisatu bino tubiyata bleeding days wetu nabyo tubibara mukiro kiri so in other words wajya mukiro kinu 17th ekyo kiro kyo kubanza ekya kabiri ekya kasatu nekya kana yo bleeding so bikuba biri 17 kiro kinu 18 19 abiri okyali onojo those are bleeding days so kutandika kiro kyo kubanza obwagenda mu nsonga ninyendo yentegereza kurungi starting from the first day you see your periods that is always the first day of your cycle abakazi twena globally worldwide hona mbere tuba itwena tugenda mu ovulation na kilo ke 14 whether uli mujungu whether no South Africa itwene kilo kya 14th nibwo ihulire to lugaya liberate ko fertilized so hakiro ke 14 kinu na kuolega kutukia arrivinga ntubara from the first day you see your blood so wiro bukira obukikumara kukekero kya 14th no 100% fertile actually umubiri gumukazi gwine nko kuguba fane in that mubiro hakiro ke kunabena kin that is when you feel you are so much attracted to the other sex you feel that urge of having sex with a man you get on the 14th day abokuba naba ro hormones ziri mu chronic interplay so akiro ke kumunabena kinu you are 100% fertile baitu naturally rohanga ngoku yakihangire ngo obusito bo musaija around sperms they survive munda yo mukazi for 4 days 3 to 4 days so nikiwa kumanisa kakubo byama no musaija hakiro ke 10 obusito bunu ngendayo no bulinda 14th day we kuhika you get pregnant So baitu na ihulire omukazi nalyo scientifically nireba fertile kumari ebiro bina rundi bisatu. So nkibankimanyisa kuruga hakiro ke 14 15 16 17 probably na 18 aho nobole very fertile. Okay? So owiro kira nikiwa nikimanyisa safe days zao nizija kutandikira hakiro danger days, not safe days. Nizija kutandikira hakiro ke 10 kugarukira hakiro ke 18 eva 1 week most times eva tezo mutu. So baitu kandi ekirifane mu week egyo nibo mkuwa mwena munoko with the opposite. So those are the danger days. So nkibankimanyisa a period immediately after you have gotten out of your menses, it is always safe tosobora kutwalenda no kuhika akiro ke 10 aho. Baitu haroha hati abakazi abakubleedinga 7 days. So nkibankimanyisa the other remaining days are safe, but there are some who bleed for 10 days, meaning they don't have safe days this side. But also haroho after 18th arohebero binde kuyongera kukungambire cycle za abakazi ezirukira muno zimarebero 30 ntubara kuruga akire cyo bandize kuroresa gama yao. Wajamu kirukinu, that is the first day. So nebarebero 30. Okay? So abakazi abarukira mu nsonga zabo niba jamu after 30 days. But kikiri constant ngulyo mna jamu after 30 days. Haro abaine 21 days cycle. Haro abaine 31 days. Haro abaine 28. Okay? But kiri important hanu kumayangu after the 18th day. Every kuyongera omaiso they are always safe days. It is always very impossible to arend anyuma yekero ke 18. So ekyo nkyo tubere ninyenda muno kubazao hakigambo kya safe days. Baitu ebintu bino nibijamu, it is not rocket science. Nibijamu hawakuba buli muntu wena ine hormones. Kino nikisobora kuhindukamu kakuba, for instance okozesa muno family planning these days hakatale tuine levonorgestrel ege yokwizera mu Lydia as emergency pills. Exactly. So as emergency pills in a lot of hormones. So taking these foreign hormones in movie, they alter the way your body is working. So it means na safe days out nazo is changing. But for someone who has not been using these
family planning
owiro kira, their safe days are always around the time I've told you. That is why it is very possible for you kubyama no msaija karukinu nyenjo karole nsonga zao. So that is what we call safe days. But owiro kira kinu nikijawa wa hormones. Science inkoto muno wetu ninja kulenga breaking it down. Obokuba no ujwa mu esagama.
Then holengeo no kutunankera ho mujunga okubala abantu abatoma batwini. Okay.
So what I'm trying to explain physiologically is for a woman to get pregnant, there has to be the ovum and the sperm. The ovum is only available on the 14th day of your cycle. I've also told you how we arrive at the 14th day.
Yes.
We start counting from the first day you see your blood. If you have gone in your menses today, that is always the first day of your cycle. So we count from the first day of your cycle up to the 10th day. Well, this always depends on the region, tribe, and genetics. There are some people who have less. We also have women who only have 24 hours to get pregnant. It means if these 24 hours pass, minus them meeting in a month, they cannot get pregnant. That is why they say Fort Potro has highly fertile women and Northern Uganda has lowly fertile women. Because their fertile window, hard fertile window niege wiki inawani kugambera from the 10th to the 18th day. That is called the fertile window. That is when you are able to get pregnant. Yes. So and it also depends on the tribe, but it does not go beyond the days I've told you. It is always impossible for it And that is why you'll always hear some females say, for me, I'm very fertile. I meet a man like this, I get pregnant. But that is not the case. It is that they meet this woman when they are not safe. So menses, say kwenu menses, regulated by a number of hormones. Hormone yokubanza niyo hormone etwesero estrogen. Hatege estrogen hiyo mugaso gwayo gukulete sagama. Obwiro bukukira ruhanga ine kintu ngo kwakikora ngu omwezi guno bukubana kugenda mweso nyinenda yawe neba ne kutekaniriza kufuna omwana iyo no burawo takumwenda. Neba ne yombeke bisika bero mwana areja ekwatire netekaho ibinywa byesagama biratambuze sagama kugema omwana. So egg preparation egyo nebaho haba hormone tukweta follicle stimulating hormone baitu niye kuongera ekakuza na amahuli gomukazi kurora gakura gaika maturity stage uko gaba released in fallopian tubes rundi enseka za abakazi kugija gaba fertilized. Hormone ya estrogen yenu obwe mara kurora ngo hati onu takyafuna anda egenda echo ebisika byanyinenda byona ebichwayo hati ebyo nibyo bijanga menstrual blood. Ohiro hati to muntekereze yaitu netutekereza ngo menstrual blood yenu haba muihuli baitu abo figali mazima nayo borabo bero kimanyiroti it is not true. Menstrual blood yenu they are walls of the uterus. Nyinenda yao ibere netekaniza kutwarenda enda tiyabaho so nija nyinende negichwao hormone yo mbageta estrogen. Haro hormone ndi kuyamba amahuligao kurugayo kugakaija museke. Of course obwiro bukera fertilization ne taking a place museke zao za abakazi rundi fallopian tubes in English. So when these fallopian tubes are ready to receive the ovum, halo hormone evakweta luteinizing hormone. Enne kera muno kuja kiro ke 13 14 now. It also causes you to have excessive sexual feelings. Feel like today I really need to meet this guy. Ito toro hanu kitugumera but you always feel your body and hijama a lot of heat, temperature, you know, and you feel the only solution now is to go and look for a man and have sex. Now that only happens because you have a lot of luteinizing hormone. Nikiwa nkimaisa hormone yenu kwa kuwa wagi manufacturing artificially wakajikutera, you still get the same effects.
Hati ekimbere nyenda kaguzao hali hambere tubayire habana bakaza bakufuna irregular periods. Huwe nkaho halukusanga takutera nange kinzo za family planning tene kintu chione cyakose cha family planning nkibankiretereze bwaki kugamba ngo nafuna those irregular periods. Hato kustaka revingire menstrual flow yenu na wanincha mara yo hormone zawe hali yo hormone ndi esgere very important. Progesterone hormone. Progesterone hormone niyo tueta pregnancy hormone. Ege hormone ni eba responsible ku maintaining enda yawe rumundu kakubo mukazi wena afuna miscarriage. Kiwa nkamasa progesterone hormone was not what sufficient. No kuja muirwaro katugambera ni sana ni nyenda kubleedinga kani mbere nyinenda tukasuspecting enda nenda kubaba. We give you progesterone hormone and this is what we call pregnancy hormone. So pregnancy hormone yeno mugaso gwayo go maintaining enda obukubo inenda tosobora gena menses zao. That is one. So kakuba haba hege hormonal imbalance hati ngondeza kusobora hormone zinu kwa arrive at something we call hormonal imbalance in the hospital. Hormone zao zinu semeye kuba physiological balancing kan nizizera mbwiro kusemeye kuizera for you to have equitabilize a normal menstrual cycle. So if these hormones are actually not balancing, then there is a very big problem. It means one, you will miss a month without having menses in case progesterone hormone is high. And omubiri gwangu gutekereza gwinendo hakuwa progesterone iri good. So always ego progesterone ne covering ekintu kyogamba ngo winendo so togena musonga zabo. Haro abakazi abandi exactly. Arona abakazi abandi hibo
omubiri gwabo most times in producing a lot of estrogen. So it means for them they are always bleeding. Someone tells you, for me, I bleed after 2 weeks, I again bleed after, because they have a lot of estrogen hormone that is always causing these irregularities in bleeding. So ebintu bino ekyokubanza muno ekikubireta ekyokagwize. Of course aro abantu abali genetically like that, muto chikakeitu nuko kiba. That is understandable. They have natural genetic hormonal imbalance. Ekyo nikitegereza kutaka kozaga family planning. Musao kia, but those are less. Out of 100%, those are around 3% of the population, especially in Western region. Hormones zinu obuzikuba ziri imbalanced. Muirwaro we can balance them. Haro na tests za reproductive hormones. Vokuja muirwaro nebakuya esagama. Then they check for you zinu reproductive hormones. Mbere zikuingana na hawaki zitakubalancing. Haro normal ranges zikuba 0. And that is also very important before you go and you look for a partner. Binu bione vitukubazao, they are part of contraception. Before you get a sexual partner or someone you feel should have your children, you go and have reproductive hormones tested. So owiro bukukira menstrual cycles zinu nizituyamba no kukora family planning. For instance, I don't think omuhuliriza weno wali aheruko osemerire kumira emergency pill when you are in your safe days. Is it realistic?
Alo kuzimera atakimanya.
Of course habokuba information yentagine. That is why nsima ohereza wa 4 TV information yenesobora kwika omuntu. Obokuba otakukiesiga hakire no hikamwirwaro nobaza no musako. You know information is power. Obokuba manyire kintu it is always very hard. Dear presenter Koreanso. Abatoro bagambe kijomanyire kitwaraki. So obwiro bukira hormones nizituyamba kukora family planning. For instance, family planning methods is kukira zone nizikosa progesterone hormone. They put you in a state of pregnancy. Nambere tukubaliza tuina abakazi who have been pregnant for 3 years. Katika mwakati mkono kaina progesterone slow releasing, she has been pregnant for the last 3 years.
Omwana nakuramu.
Kandi omwana tarumu. Omwana tarumu. Uhira katika mwakati hatu numwanu. You see? So this kanaka implant on releasing a slow progesterone, and the body stays in that temporary state of pregnancy. So ebintu byone bibaho mukazi wawe inenda nibimubaho. Ekyo kubanza omuntu wakuba inenda, the cervical mucus thickens. Cervical mucus kimaisa omuntu wagwanya inenda na hathikeninga. Omukazi wa gerenda cervix ye kwata. Omwana atarugayo. Baitu no mnyinenda habamu fluids ziyamba sperms kurubata kuhika museke zao. All these ones become mucoid. Now as they solidify, it is always impossible for sperms to cross and go to the uterus. So if you trust that ngunyo wenda teka makati nkuzara, why don't you trust that umsawo baragambera ngu kinu na kinu is your safe days? Why don't you trust that? So it is information. So it's still in line with what you're saying. Menses zinu nazo zine menstrual irregularities, around menstrual diseases. For instance, eyokubanza muno kukirayo is menorrhagia. Taina kyabaire busaho kibaire obaitu najwa muno have menses one day na changing pads enuni nkamunana
kandi na sasa.
Exactly. At kusasa ekyo nakyo it is another thing. Baitu menorrhagia. It is a menstrual irregularity. It is not a normal menstrual. Physiologically. So omukazi waine menorrhagia, it can be treated medically. Baitu muroire can kitwara information to you for you to know that actually muroire. Hata romuntu we kuhambuta tana abatu unatekereza that's how but that is abnormal. In medical physiology we call that menorrhagia. Hata alo abandi abaine amenorrhea. Amenorrhea hicho nkimaisa. Amenorrhea nkimaisa menses to kuzurora. you have amenorrhea teri explained to inenda tokozereki tokozeseze family planning beto serwire messes kozereki zibuzire hata that one can also be treated medically abuko kuija kwanza tukora reproductive hormone zao tukora abdominal ultrasound tutegereze kizibu mbere kikuankiruga then treat medically not using herbs kunywe kitokotoko we are actually against that. We are also against the people who use herbs to treat people. Emibazi yenu yeira ya koraga boli baitu emibazi yenu ekitutendera muno gyemphasizing is because they in a specific dosage. Ekitokotoko kinyo tuninyo ekikuingana nka. Hicho ekitokotoko kirimu omubazi active substance yomubazi yokuingana nka. So that is also a question that we always pose to these herbalists. Iyo ekitokotoko kino true kisoko banchikiza. Baitu active ingredient yake onenganaka. Then emibazi yenu yanyu yenu imkuteka mbuchupe kamara 1 week, 3 weeks iyo tegere expiry date. So that is why we always pose questions to these herbalists. Menstrual regularity yakasato iwa wanugambao niyo dysmenorrhea. Hati dysmenorrhea, it is painful menses. Omuntu nagena menses na sasa mno musinge mubura. Amandi they have used all analgesics inkimaisa painkillers. The triad of painkillers agimazire up to the last one, the strongest. But still when they go there, they bleed. Pain. Feel a lot of pain. And you now menstrual irregularity. And it also goes back to your menstrual cycle. So you can kikionga kitwele tsohora kuwazawa menstrual cycle. Aliyo nebindi of course betu ninyenda ongaidinga on what to go.
Then haroho no kusanga omukazi nkohogamege halo kusanga omukazi yatwalenda betu mukutwalenda kuija kumanya ngo ntoirenda narora ho drops bomusahi na bleeding akatito nkireterezwa.
Omukazi natwarena
baitu kuija kumanya ngo gamba nyenenda narora otu drops bomusahi. Ekyo kubanza aboli omukazi kuija kumanya ngo inenda ito medically mwirwaro ntukora HCG baitu kino nikisoboka hanyuma ya wiki 2 14 days that is when we can do HCG ever produced by corpus luteum. That is a lot of science. But corpus luteum when never after 14 days. So human chronic gonadotrophin rund HCG hormone to be checking in urine. Yes. And it can only be positive after 2 weeks. So you will be pregnant, but you will only know you're pregnant after 2 weeks. Most times it can even be 2.5 weeks. Even an ultrasound cannot detect that pregnancy when it is too early. So aroe kinto kitkweta implantation bleeding. Implantation bleeding kibankimaisa physiological omukazi wa kutwarenda kakubende banegenda kwekwata abisika byani nyendai na aba hegyo light bleeding spotting. Actually that is not bleeding, that is spotting. Na agenda kunaba nasanga ampale ya raw droplets of blood. That is what we call spotting, and physiologically it can be implantation bleeding. Baitu abakazi abakira ne baba barwaire oburwaire bwa UTI undi oburwaire bwa nyinenda so bwakutwara henda nikiba nikimanyisa sometimes oburwaire obuno bumuletera spotting ngeyo. If natural omukazi bwakutwara endo mubiri gwa week abasukale bo mubiri nibagaruka hansa kuko this time nabana ketaringira abantu abo babiri. So when this immunity goes down, in most cases these diseases take advantage. So that bleeding can also be caused by any of these that I have explained. Okay. So tuliyo tugenda maiso kanikire mutegera amatu muhulirize ebyo musaha aliyo nabasobora byo kubotetegerize usakutu inboxinga ndio kahandika hali Facebook tukasoma tukagaruka mechikaguzo chawe. Then Dr. Haruho kike kuletereza muno mbeni nyenda abantu basoboreo akwa abantu no sanga oli na agamba te ende rugiremo manyabuko bahimbire muno bakozereke so kike kuleteza muno enda zinu kurugamo kano sanga obo umuntu tabe ataine cyakole cyamani rundi taine kintu cyone cyakoseze ngukugamba rundi yakoze somubazi gwatalibanize
Owiro bukire kikuletenda kurugamo kintu kirayire muno ntusobora kichwamwe bichweka bingi baitu kichweke cyo kubanza hano in Fort Portugal hano mu Western region hano mu Uganda ekikira muno kuletenda zaitu kurugamo the commonest cause is uterine infections nikibani kimanyisa izo tukukora preconception care preconception care kimanyisa aboli oborawo taka decidingire kutwarenda obanza ugendo yechekinge itwenda zaitu nizibao by accident tap ende giremo tokugihamu tokukoraki baitu a decision to get pregnant should be something you have thought of over time maka gukuija I will get pregnant. That's what they do in most developed countries.
They plan for it.
Call it preconception plan. Tokatwirenda omuntu okujja kutwarenda nawe tumanyire blood group twine quite a rhesus incompatibility you have the same rhesus factor as your husband, you have the same blood group tibini zo bora twarenda no musaijo aidha mwana no muzara fire rondeta kutokumuzara
kwa mwine blood group
exactly rhesus incompatibility so nikiwani kimanyisa abasurukale babo mbiri they will fight against this baby until she goes out of the uterus so uterine infections are a whole group but it also comes because we don't do preconception care naito abagamba tusomere we don't do that you get pregnant but you don't know what is the state of your uterus but you know you love this baby very much why don't you make sure where she's going to be for 9 months is safe so uterine infections pelvic inflammatory diseases no sange sekezawa arumwe hoya skin yesekezawe internal mucosa membrane munyinenda yawo aliyebisika so ebisika bino sanga bikagibwaho nenkojo hakajyaye bihoya byagyamu amasera byakera byateka yenkojo mucosa membrane yanyinenda yawo yahinduka so it is also hard for a baby to come and implant on such a mucosa membrane in physiology we call it healing by fibrosis. You find you have fibrotic scars in your uterus. So that is one of the causes, the commonest actually. So ebindi ni bijamu hormonal imbalances. Omuntu akozeseze muno family planning hormones balancing she gets pregnant. When she gets pregnant it is most likely that this pregnancy will not go in for a long time. Habukuwa she doesn't have the hormones to maintain this pregnancy. So that is also a very common cause. So
UTI is nazo nzitanga omuntu like to conceive. Kakuba agumena cyo ekirwire kikumara ubwire.
UTIs umuntu sobora kutayija muno. Habakuba bwiro bukukira. Urinary tract na reproductive tract eyo bintu bibiri tibikusana. Naitwa abasawo tukira muno kiconfusing. So msawo wali aheruko urinary tract na reproductive tract haroho owiro bukiro bitarukumitinga habukuwa mbero kusesera na mbero kweteranera tarukusana those are two different openings kandi owiro bukiro buko bukusurvivinga mu bukazi bwawe kuli mu rusekero wawe rwengale busobora kutasurvivinga rayo so that is why urinary tract infections to a lesser extent but sexually transmitted infections. Those ones can actually cause a misconception.
Okay. So, msawo hate haroho abakaze abakozesa family plannings bakizire muno kufuna zino fibroids. Ebizimba ebikujja munda munenda. So no sanga oli afune fibroids nageza kutwalenda ni rugamu. Abandi natwalenda nahika kugenda kuzara baitu nahika genda kuzara so kine ko kumtalibaniza bamugamba either babanze obo mwana babanze bayiha bananke bire bizimba then ko mwana wakoleke baito abaingi mbaze kigumire muno kurora endegi yagumamu so bizimba ebimbireterezi bwaki
kubanza ningonza kusima okuba you are very informed. that is very good. Baito kya kabiri uterine fibroids rundi uterine growths ati ovalize fibroids wait twin cysts ovarian cysts endometrial cysts bine bizimba nibija ebirukusinga nibija wa PIDs ezingambiri baito ebindi biri hormone dependent abo kuba nokozesa muno family planning family planning and increasing hormones ezibimba could depending ngira okukura ito medicine tugera saying one nido uterus is a fibroid workshop obwiro bukera no bokutwara obwire bwingi nyinenda yawe takagirwe mu mwana hiyo nyinenda ne kufojingera baby aha
nekutera mu ebizimba
exactly baitu ebizimba are not a reason why you cannot get pregnant and the only solution to you avoiding fibroids is you getting pregnant. But to inekizungu a population of women these days kintu kya pregnancy kintu kigenda ompora
Ogizibi yangu hire.
Yangu hire.
So abokuba nosanga nyowe nkiboyina muno nosanga kala abengi bakosa family planning baitalo kusanga oli takakozesa hoga family planning in her life baitu noija genda mwiraro hunembaga mango ine msimba munda
obwiro bukera hato obo kujoto we ask you the age. So it is age dependent sometimes.
Albero bino no mato.
Abata bene myakinga obuto na unyembere bugarukira.
Okay, miaka bidina.
Ability is always hard. Ability is always hard. But tuko kugambira tere family planning yonga yorukireta. Aro omuntu obakuba ine egyo serious inflammation egyo kubabuka because ikaire na arwara muno UTIs, poorly treated STIs, poorly treated pelvic inflammation, poorly treated. So apo kwikara na aba poorly treated enkojo zimba. So hata bakujamu no buhuka bukatamu akajamu uruizi akajamu amasira someone gets uterine growth. Beto wiro bukera ya hormone dependent.
Okay. So hati ekinde kinabanyenda kaguza aloho kusanga oli inkireterezi bwake actually ugamangu omwisiki bana besika bakwiha mwenda abakoso ubujuma bukwiha mwenda zimaiso prostatab zinosanga ayihira mwenda then na wawirija
you also know me so prost.
Yeah, I know. Nozanga hira mwenda then ijage mirora bamugamba manyorseke ruzimbire so mbireterezi bwake.
Miso prosto higo formally gwal gutal mubazi go kuya mwenda. It is not its medical use, it is its side effect. So imagine you are using a side effect of a drug as the use. Ekintu kyagwe kibiyo nicho kozesa ngo mugaso gwaki. Mugaso gwa miso prosto ogubale wagikolire kwali kujanja ba ulcers. Exactly. Obale kuba informed. It was made for treating peptic ulcer disease. But to basangangu miso prostenu it dilates the cervix. Rundo mnogwanyi nenda yao na kugigalishi. That's cervical dilatation. So they used it as a method. It is not the only drug actually. Penagra. Penagra was a drug formerly manufactured for pulmonary hypertension. Kujanja wa pressure yembeha. When they gave it, they found out that it dilates veins in the penis. So they now used it as a sexual stimulant. So misoprosto, one, it is not good for you to use misoprosto without a medical personnel. Abukube kubanza no kubandizaho torukumanya dosage ngiyayo. Abarukira na amanya niyo misoprosto but tutakumanya how we use it, and that is very dangerous. Habokuba misoprostol, because it is a side effect, it can cause rupture of your uterus. It causes uterine contractions and the uterus ruptures. Or in a miaka abiri, uterus rupturing. So it is not good. It is good for you to use it when you are with a what? With a medic. But it doesn't completely expel these products of conception. In other words, haro uterine products as a conception is kusigara. So it necessitates us to do dilation and curettage. Then normal state. But every time this happens, it causes a damage. So that is why it is not good for you to dwell on that. Exactly.
Okay. So I think I will see because that's about side effects then hati family planning no manya hati abantu sazina abayinge nosanga doctor omwana wobisiki atandikire hanzo omwana ali primary baitu nao nayenda kuseki family planning. So what are the side effects kugamba wagitandika oli mwege emyaka 10?
Kwanza nokubanza sexual education here semerie ogenda as far as primary. Abokuba ngo kungambira information is power. Ito twalutene mugisa go kumanya ibintu kyalo bato. Probably no genda no kukurana no kibaze ikintu ekimama wabo no gamba
no swara.
Aha.
Nakwita.
Personally nintekereza ngo abana banu tubasemerire kuba ashamed of knowing that they can actually use family planning to control pregnancies. But before we reach that side, abwaki abana banumba, why are they having sex when they are still young? I take you to semerire kwa addressing first. That is not medical. That is more of psychological. It's more of cultural. Why are these children exposed to sex, for instance? These days pornography is everywhere. And you know now we are talking about gayism, LGBTQ stuff. You know, why do they reach this young generation? It is always better abazeire kweto mwana ukamugambera butumu kamugamba wamanya abuli amazima agali omukazi afune enda kakuba yeterana no musajja natungaki enda obugitungo kyali muto nabaho kinu no ruga mu isomero no sobora kuzara umwana ukafa ebintu nkebe. Children don't actually know this information. They discover them on their own. So omwana wekintu kino bakiseruliza huwenga akakigwaho nikibantu maisa na effects za ugamu naja kweserura solution. So abazeira hatano tukwiziramu kamba wewe you sit down these teenagers, you talk to them abasiki why don't we ekintu kino na kino aha obora tungenda obora kozesa family planning kagira side effects kinu na kinu. Of course it has a lot of side effects. For instance, mu Uganda sahazinu statistically abakazi asatu na basatu habuli 10 they have secondary infertility. Secondary infertility kimaisa aboli ukawene myaka 20 wazara umwana normally. Baitu wagamba tindi ongera kimwe kabansobi tindi ongera kumuzara hati wakosa family planning. Wakosa combined oral contraceptives, wakosa implants, and these altered your hormones. You have not been bleeding for the last 1 year. So now time reaches, you find the right man and you say, nah, I want to give birth. Hati musero mwana nabura, nugena mubafumu, you know? And that is what we call secondary infertility. It is one of the side effects of family planning. Therefore, whereas family planning yenu ino mugaso, mugaso gwayo ine nebizibu byayo. Though mugaso ngwa utuweinge bizibu, itu nebizibu nabyo somehow nabyo bikotoho. So abana bato bine kumaya ngo bine obugabe. They have rights, but they also have responsibility. So okosa family planning bugabe bwao. But it is also your responsibility not to use it. Exactly.
Okay. So ali abasaho aheru wo kumba advising abaisiki nosanga omuisiki agenzere kuiha mwenda namugamba buno nanka pills obu bakumera manyalo white manya brown so no namugamba hati omanyire enda nosanga eri 2 months owa namugamba hati omere buno manya omerote so abandi bwine kubatalibaniza
ekyo kubanza nokubanza abole you are informed. I don't know how but you are informed. Baitu pills zino ezo kugamba tinzetegerize kurungi maybe no gamba combined oral contraceptives.
Oral contraceptives.
Ezo contraceptives kugambire kigambo combined kimaisa zina hormones ibiri tubaire tuzibalize o menstrual cycle kuli they have combined hormones. They have both estrogen and they have progesterone. So it means obokuba nozimera actually omubiri gwangu baguli nomo abokuba you're getting both hormones. You get but most times obujuma buntu bukozesa as a way of treating cycle irregularities, hormonal imbalance. Kumuhereza na mera both progesterone and estrogen in the same amount. So it means the hormones will balance again. That's why they use them, but I don't think they are used for carrying out abortion.
Abukuba they are like 3 ladies abanakahura makibazangu nyowe manyangenzera drug shop manya bangamba mero bujuma buno nabo yeno kala manya bikisona ikaguza
ekyo kubanza ningoza kusima government ya Uganda na National Drug Authority emebazi yetu mu Uganda is very regulated, but however twine a lot of drug misuse. And Uganda and also ekintu kindi people who run these things are pre-qualified, I'm sorry to say,
like nursing assistants.
Exactly, and abantu abakoere nabakore ebintu bino they are actually not available in these facilities. So which are actually accessed by local people. I think Harugongi foku nyanta boma nosanga aliyo drug shop aliyo nurse no akafoka doctor, you know, and most of the things, 80% of the things she does are actually wrong. I was surprised the other day hamakuru tukarora NDA against the drug shop ya yo nursing assistant alimkuteka drip muntu baitu drip akachupa ka Mirinda fruit athaire mu amaizi ngali mkuteka muntu. So these things are actually abnormal. Ningonza kuterera abantu bona ngu government ekateka amarwaro at least take on mukimanya, especially Hanford Potro. We have a lot of health centers.
We have.
For Porto Regional Referral is here free of charge. But Dr. Baram, they are always there on OPD. When you reach there, long lane, these people will always give you the right information. But it hati obugenda na singizawe nkumibiri ukagure kintu kinotaine proper prescription. When kimaya ngo mubazi guona kakuba guba mwingi mubiri in the abnormal amounts becomes poison. Exactly.
Okay. So alho bana bakumera abakosa family planning obabo IUD zino injections as injectables then nebindi nosanga ole nakugamba nyo ninkozesa this type of family planning. I'm married by tutinyine feelings nakati some of them zibabaisa they make them dry so tinkumanya nkibankiretereza ubwaki
they make them dry. Okay, kubanza going back to our discussion, family planning methods are divided into 2 because tuzitahiremu tutakazi discussing it. Twina hormonal methods of family planning, twina non-hormonal methods of family planning. Haro methods of family planning is takosa hormones. For instance, a condom, it doesn't use hormones. Haro copper IUDs, intrauterine devices, tekayo mundoku, but it doesn't have what? It doesn't have hormones. According to me as a medic, those would be the most safest family planning methods because they don't alter the body physiological functioning. But hati obukumera, for instance, obukozesa enkinzo ya Depo-Provera, it increases one hormone at the expense of the other. So of course these things are attached. What you should know is that for you to look more beautiful than I am, for you to have big bums than I have, for you to have breasts, it is a hormone that comes in play. And most times when you alter the functioning of these hormones, these are side effects that come. It is true that actually women come in the hospital and they say they are dry. And you know, it is because they are overusing these things. The only treatment for this is actually for us to go back to the drawing table and, you know, explain to this woman. Before they give you this family planning method, they seek your consent. Consent what are you seeking it? We call it informed consent. They inform you of what you're going in for. So in most cases, the copper IUD is always safe because it is non-hormonal. However, there are also methods as in as surgical. They are non-hormonal and they are surgical, but they are also very dangerous methods. Not very dangerous, but they have a lot of side effects. For instance, if someone does a tubal ligation, BTL, bilateral tubal ligation, awire na semezewa kumara miaka 3, sorry, kumara abana basatu bona bamusemeza, so yagenda atwire muno mwana okumalira enseke bakoleki basali. Baitu ati enseke zinu they bring hormones. Hormones zinu zikuleta breasts. They give you that softening touch. You get that feminine. So when that is done, you'll actually find this woman very dry. So we always put these women on hormone replacement therapy. We give them a patch of hormone replacement. But a point to emphasize is that most of these hormones, most of these family planning methods, but they have side effects. Exactly. So you have to choose between having a child and having a side effect which you can bear. But it is always good when you are choosing a family planning method to use that has no hormones.
Okay. Yeah. So aka IUD abantu bengi bakatiye nangu obakakumara kakwinsatinga yo soko tukakwenda borofu tukakwenda ebe UTIs ebe kwata mbubabuzi. So hadi awakoleka ngakutumika. So that's why people are fearing. Yeah, wakote yonza, awakota bamuyonza abahananka umezi wanuko. Okarangwa ko sekinte kitakuwa affecting. So leka tuanze tugenda mu brangu abakama baitu nko tugaruke next week cya kabiri.
Fort TV. Stay entertained.
He must be rich, tall, handsome, from a respectable family. He must have a maid because at our home we do not work.
Conductor Masao.
Owa, obadolo byokusimu.
Yamunange anti yo TV enkolera.
Nyumiro omulembe omupya ogujjudde ebisanyusa owuli emikutu gya TV egisukka mu 8 n'egya radio nga kwotadde ne zifirimu ng'osinziirira wonna w'oli. Genda mu App Store oteeke app ya UTV channels ku simu.
Bagenzi haro ekitweka ekinkumanya kikahumba ruhanga ubuyemera hansozi olengeresi amareho
balembera ngo abakama baitu tukyaliyo tugenda maiso omusawo nagezaho kutusobora ngerike eyo mukazi osemeire kukozesa family planning ngeriki eyo semeire kwerindiramu kandi osobora kugikozesa wota kurangu tiya ku affectinga muno tiya kusisa wasigara oli mwomezi nkoko semeire kuba so nibyo tuliyo ntubazaho waitu musawo nkahura ngo haliyo nanaka na family planning y'abasaija apart from the CDs mazima
family planning is abasaija ziri limited to condoms maybe na vasectomy sinkunihera ngo family planning y'abasaija ngo nabo mbamero obujuma batera nkinzo
nkahura obujuma
nangwa tigali mazima kiraba kiriyo maybe it is not yet researched fully for public conception but tinkunihera ngo mazima
then nkahura nyoni nkaguze nahuliye nkahura ngo abaisiki baine kintu kinu bakibaza muno ngo omwojo urundi omusaija obwo kuba nokosala katugambe ngo family planning y'obujuma rundi wamea emergency pill rundi wakosa buno obo pills obundi combined contraceptive then nebindu baninkizo ngo omusaija ngo musaija nawe akagenda akabamanyire ngwege nyine type ya family planning yokosa ni akagenda ngo nawo ni akakozesa ngo nakutweka so is it true
nangwa it is not true it is not true to the strongest terms abokuba hormones z'abasaija tezirukwisanisana na hormones z'abakazi
okay
whereas men have testosterone women have progesterone so it is not true that these hormones are they might be androgens but they don't have similar
so I think abali ahero kubakikenga bukwanyo ni buhura mbabaza muno so tinkumanyi wabo bakakikoraho bakakitestinga cyabakora so I don't know then tuliyo tugenda maiso hati mbeire nomanya haloho endwaire zimwe zigenzere nzikanya saza today we are talking about family planning then high blood pressure abokwani byo hati ntura high blood pressure nibo burwairo bukanyire muno mu bantu no sanga no mwana omuto size nkazaitu kale no sanga na wafunire pressure so hati nicho tuendo tusobore what is high blood pressure so we need an explanation for that niko toyongere maiso
kale high blood pressure here it is an independent topic not so much related to family planning high blood pressure nikimaisa pressures kuinganinga ezukukira kikuma na makumiana hansi ya chienda ninja kusobora abaki kinu nikija high blood pressure pressure yesagama yawe kugenderaho in other words nitumaya ngo mutima gwine bisika bina four chambers of the heart haro ekisika kye bulyo ne kisika kye moso baito bisika bino nabe biri divided into two right side ine kisika kye ruguru ne kya hansi na left side ine kisika kye ruguru ne kya hansi omugaso gwa side yo bulyo yo mutima guba gumugonga kutware sagama mbehaha kuyayorwa oxygen okukuba noiki then ukajigara mutima baito omugaso gwa side yawe yo moso yo mutima gutere sagama enu gugipampinga kugera byambichoka byawo byo mubiri byona nuko esagama yo buriye egitabara egigara mutima nuko egitwara mbehaha
okay
so omusa esagame no bwe kubanera ba mubiri kuno netanga na resistance ngo kupike kubanegenda muhanda ikatanga na resistance into get a peripheral resistance okay baitu no mutima munda haro structure abnormalities kubamo umutima gukaleka kutera no mopesi yagusenere kutera so wiro bukukira kakuba pressure yawe yesagama eba haiguru ya 10 hansi ya kienda okay nikiwandika mahisa barwara pressure kino tusobora kikonfirming until pressure tugipimere mirundi 3 4 5 abere bitarukusana tukasangira iguru ya kikumiana. Pressure tine signs na symptoms owiro ukira it is silent. Nobole hanu la TV nobaza n'abantu baitu aka pressure kaliyo. So owiro ukira terukuoleka hati nyo wanarwara pressure naangu. Until ugenzere bakuteka ukafa mkono bakupima pressure. That is why it is always a must mu health facilities no kuja Amoric Medical Center for instance Karago mpaka ntwana tuteka ukafa na mkono take your blood pressure. We know what your blood pressure readings are. Ezo tuzeta vitals, something that is vital kimaisa we cannot do without it. So we call them vital signs. Every time you come to the hospital we are supposed to take your vital sign. So blood pressure mbigufu kimaisa sagama yao ni gendera speed yata semeri gendera. Okay. Kandi niruka mundu. Kandi of course motoko weko niruka muhanda ne kwa zinga accident exactly. So no mundu nao nafuna accident. Exactly.
Okay. So hati kuba no kuba omuntu katugambe omusanga ni blood haloho pressure eyo kusanga oli omutima ngo mutera wangu then hariho bana abokusanga ngo aine pressure but hati obwa kubi umutima ngo tolera murundo gumu no bokumurota ulira kimu busayi wadeka
no muhuliza no muhuliza kutu
biona no sobora kumuhura of course umutima ukubangutera no mukwata hote ananga no mukwata no hura hati umutima ngutera then no kwakutera no kwata no hura ngutera ndugule hari ire nyabasamu na magezi mengi so ate umuntu akitaka kiwaka na kabuziye boyino.
So blood pressure yenu ikyo kubanza abodi tutakagira hara kigwe no mayengo sahazin population yetu yihanga ebuchwekana na munana abuli chikumbiona bine high blood pressure. High blood pressure no sobora no kwikara nayo tagimanyire. No ikara kya bukonko nifo no limebitoke byawe no vuge gali but pressure iriyo. Ate kizibukiye itungu nitudiagonizing obwira bugenzeraho. So esagame no weru kwikarera ha pressure nyingi weru kwikara negendera pressure nyingi nesise buchweka byawe byomubiri. Ekyo kubanza muneke kubanza kusisa no mutima gwenyine gipampinga. So ne banza kusisa omutima. Omutima saidi yawe yemose yerukora muno nenyeta. Onyetegerize. So no funa heart failure. Omutima ngwekana gulemerero. Abokuwa ngusemera kupampinga sagameno ha speed ya amani. So mu medical science tuine kintu kweta pathophysiology. Pathophysiology ni kimanyisa oburwaire nubwijaho buta over time. What happens for you and me to get pressure. Atike nchongwenda kusimplifying ankasobora abokuba murulimi orutoro nukwatukalenga okyetegereza. And then people know now that pressure is not what they think it is. High blood pressure, obiro bukira, nijaho habu ensonge zikuingana nka isatu. Ensonge yokubanza, peripheral resistance. Peripheral resistance nkimanyisa esagame neraba mu binyu. Baitu ebinywa binu asobora kuba chance ngubiri blocked. Rundi bikeha saizi. Hati ekyo nikibanza nikituleta pressure eri ekitukweta essential hypertension. Then aronekini mbakieta secondary hypertension. Essential hypertension egyo ni jaho mu bantu abala iguru y'emyaka 30. Egi ni jaho abokuba harohe kibairo. For instance okuziri ebinywa byakora amani gahuwamu. For instance ofunire usajwa bingi musagama. Byagenda mu binywa byawe byakwatayo ebinywa byake ha vessel diameter. Egyo bageta essential hypertension. But secondary hypertension iyo nebaho mu bantu abalansi imyaka 30 nebindi kubaho kuja korora yabaho. For instance ohire mwenda wajwa muno pressure ya rising. For instance oroiro mswija gwa malaria gwa nyamwe sagama wafuna anemia pressure ya temu. That is secondary hypertension. But hati ntuenda kubanza kubaza hera hypertension eri essential. Eyetaru kukira na words ukumara gitunga teru kukira.
abakuru abali above 30s.
No, not purposely above 30, but we kikiri mbitabu, but of course diseases don't read books. And we read kusoma vitabu. Okay. So blood pressure no ye essential ni jaha we bintu bisatu. Icho kubanza omubiri gwawo maintaining a blood volume yawo at a certain state. Your body maintains your blood volume at a certain state physiologically. Munobo kuboro hano ikalire, you feel a need for you to go and pass urine. You go and pass urine. That happens physiologically. There is something that controls it for it to happen. So naturally, ensigo zawo semeye kukara nezihamu amaizi musagama. Nezihamu amaizi musagama. Nuko blood volume yawo wherever 6. No ikala 6. Nuko ebinywa byawo biba accommodative. Ninja kuhereza example kya pipes za amaizi mtaoni muno. National water make sure that this blood volume in the pipes is maintained at a constant steady state. You get, so that goes back to our veins and arteries. Esagama ine ebintu ebigitambuza mu mubiri. Ebintu ebigitambuza enseke zawo zigitambuza bazeta arteries na veins. Veins transport deoxygenated blood and arteries transport oxygenated blood. Exactly. Arteries ziri more left side yomutima abokuba zonzitwara esagama mbichoka byawo byombi. Then veins ziri more side yawo ya left yomutima abokuba nizitwara nizigara esagama mutima kandi nizigara mbiha. So in other words, esagama yekubera mu veins neba negenda ampora abokuba omulimo gwaye gumazire kandi tine mugaso abokuba nabataro mukirisa ebintu ebirisa byona esagama eriendi ebihiremu nabataro mukintu kyona so neba negaruka mu mutima nokwetabara ebirisa bindi.
Okay.
Exactly. So owiro obukukira kakube ensigo zawe zigire ekizibu kyokwihamu amaizi musagama. Blood volume yawo neyongera. Hati okwali a lot of science yintaro kujja kujamu abokuba tuliyo ntubaza muntu wa bulikiro. The renin-angiotensin-angiotensinogen system egere responsible kuiha excessive fluid mu mubiri gwawo as urine. Kakuba system yawe egegire ekizibu amaizi gakalema kuba regulated out in time and in right amounts nofuna excessive blood volume. So ngebankimanise binywa byawo it is accommodating more blood than it is supposed to accommodate. So pressure yawe nimuka. Your blood pressure rises. So egyo niyo renal part. Renal means kidneys. So in other words, your blood pressure can originate from your kidneys.
Okuba nindora abantu abengi abaroire pressure nosanga nensigo mpaka.
Nensigo nazo ziroire. That is
nensigo mpaka ziroire.
You are very informed. That is true. It means maybe your mother is a nurse. So ekintu kindi ekikuleta high blood pressure pathophysiologically niki ekintu kya peripheral resistance ekyo. Esagame no wekubanera ba mu binywa. Ebinywa bino bina diameter ebikuba biro. But physiologically ebinywa bino nibisobora kukea. Veso diameter yabyo nekea munda. For instance kakuba no amaizi mutapo kakwata akananka hamunwa gwatapa le ukakesha amaizi speed neyongera ngagendera kimuhara. When you reduce the surface, you increase the what? The pressure. Exactly. For instance, kakuba hatebo hano teka obukinzo bumu. Nosobora kuteka omukono butakuchumisi. Bito akakinzo kakuba kalekamu kakuchumi. So when surface area reduces, pressure increases. Categories. So in other words, ebinywa binu kakuba bikeha musaizi. Pressure yabyo nayo nekoraki. Pressure neyongera. So ati ebikuleta operation kurorangu ebinywa binu byakehe kyokubanza. Ebinywa byawo binu bine hormones ezikubi controlling. Kakuba ufune ekizibu kyona na hormones zinu. Hormone yokubanza niyo adrenaline. You have ever heard of something called adrenaline rush? Kakuba omuntu eja akakanga your body activates that system that produces adrenaline. In science we call it the parasympathetic nervous system. Ego system ege yekuleta adrenaline. Adrenaline hormone here causing ebintu bingi beto kyokubanza muno amaiso gawe ngadilating ko umuntu akanga paka no kuroti ekyakabiri omutima paka ngukutera exactly it increases heart rate so omutima ngukora muno how does it increase heart rate nekesha vessel diameter y'ebinywa byawe it is adrenaline no mutima nago gwine receptor ya hormone yenu ya adrenaline ngowe kuba nyingi mu mubiri paka na receptors omutima hali negiya omutima mutanga kukora correct
kutera
but naturally receptors zinu no mbongo central nervous system blood pressure yawe so wakuwa ne originating mu mutu uroire kizimba mu mutu then your body produces a lot of adrenaline from the CNS it coordinates it the blood pressure yawe ne yonge so ebintu bisatu binu it increases blood pressure but naturally harono kusanga umuntu akuzire ebinywa bya shrinking arundi bya losing a shape so ngebanka maise sagamo we kuraba mwe kasanga kahanda kataito nerabera mu speed nyingi muno so esagamo we urkwikara negendera speed yerukwisanete nesisa
lazima abukwa lo nosanga aine ebinywa bizimbire kimubiti byona murabire mu maguru muno aba abantu abakora pressure
in a varicose veins exactly so heart blood pressure no kweriete even physiology of course it's more complicated than that but nukonsobora gischwachwana nukukajetegereza ngo obiro bukira blood pressure no wekubera heiguru muno nesise bichweka byawo byomubiri nebya ebirugireta twabimanya twategereza na pressure yeri essential na pressure yetali essential baitu ekyo beroka gwizeo kubanza ngo mutima omuntu gwikaranga mutera pa ekyo kiba kina kozi zindi abokuba akakuba borwire malaria ukafuna anemia then esagama yawe kabe ntaito omutima gwine kumekinga sure esagama ntaitegi yahika mbere kujya hona so gukora muno nuko esagama koleki ekyo tukieta physiological anemia physiological increased heart rate it is normal we can always make it go back to what ezo concepts ezo tsora kutazigenda muno but ekyo kumaya blood pressure is a silent killer hiyo takuoleka symptom until one day when the body says enough is enough nyona garukera so that is what happened with blood pressure kakuba blood pressure no ewanekera ha 10 aho tukudiagnosing atugamba wararaki pressure bitu arona abantu abandi abali pre-hypertensive takaruire pressure bitu pressure ine yoleka munesobora kugera kuyagera in the shortest time possible that is called a pre-hypertensive state
so gihandolinga
exactly hati egyo tukubantu tugihandolinga we don't even put you on treatment with tugamba you need to go and do nutritional adjustment okeshe level y'ebisabwa byawe byokulya obundi obwiro bukera ntugamba okeshe kisura abukowe kisura bukikuba kingi musagama then inki attracting amazing kona veja musagama so blood volume ne yongera egyo sodium retention egyo hati sodium karabuli utawaga osmosis in primary pako kakisoma water goes where there is a high solute potential that water is attracted to where there is salt or sugar akubokwa tekelayo kakiteka amaizi galipiwa wetu mkalaya mundo kateka mu kisora nja kusanga amaizi mu container garugere mugona gagirenka galimkalaya mundo so that is what we call high solute potential stalling is forces of attraction so blood pressure yao most times are dependent akisura so abakekuru abali aheru kumukowiro ikyo bukera ntubagambera ekisura mamo koleki okeshiyeho nebisajwa nabyo koleki okeshiyeho so igeniyo high blood pressure itiliyo ntubazaho so nabanimbazaho ekintu kya ekisura lifestyle modification so abantu bano bwiro bukera ntubagambera wewe ongera ugenda ukoleho nebisasaizi oleke kukaro ikaliye tugiye sedentary lifestyle you are always there seated doing nothing so you have to go and work out and do some exercise then your body self regulates itself those are the people who are in the prehypertensive state. It is most likely out of the 80%. Unfortunately, abantu kinana habuli 10 aweja bali prehypertensive paka bongera bafoka hypertensive. Baitu 20 galiyo nosobora nokuborwere pressure ukakora a lot of exercise ukaregulatinga nutrition yawe pressure kagenda. Those are the 20% people who are rare. Abokuba mu economy 8 paka you have to find problems with that. So 20% hanu muihangiri tu mu Uganda sobora kubera 1%. 1% population of the people, because this is according to the United States, and you know, for them their lifestyle is quite different from ours. They have a good self-sustaining economy. So blood pressure bukubugine will pre wiro bukera paka no crossing anongenaka active state ya disease. So again, your high blood pressure nikwe kuja mweti.
Okay. So obwire bwatkwata tuchanyumira tuchaenda kuega bingi baito obwire bwatkwata. So doctor takamalirize mbeni nyenda kunsoborao bana abantu bakutera umutima umutima gwa mucumita na uro umutima gwa mucumita no bahamagezi kya ukuba agenda nanke mu cyoma cyo umutima wa mucekinge rundi
hati blood pressure no bujanjabe of course ekyo kubanza no kubanza tubanza taking a blood pressure readings but our investigations ezinde tukora chest x-ray kurora size y'umutima gwa mbere kwingana tukora renal function tests RFTs liver function tests tukora serum electrolytes za sodium wezo tuma ya mbere kwingana ege niyo first step but blood pressure nuko kwerukwijeti kuko kurora nije twine emibazi yo acting on its behalf. For instance, twine emibazi yo regulating sodium levels, twine emibazi yo kutanga umutima gwa kutera beta blockers, twine emibazi yo kutuyamba kukuihama amaizi mu mubiri. For instance, aro mubazi nka Lasix obuguherezo murwere na ikara na asesa muno bakayikurumba aja kugambera hero kungo mubazi ngo ngumera asesa muno
bagwetanga ubwa pressure
obujuma ngumera ni asesa, but it is because we want to regulate excessive water nka mu mubiri. But wacheke kifuba kisasa, that is more an high blood pressure. Habokoye kifuba kirukusasa asaidiyo mutima gwawe kiwanka mainso mutima, it is not getting enough blood. So you have that trash and skin eginanka pressure nanka myocardial infarction umutima tukufune enough blood nukupampinga sagamba mbechwe kabindi baitu hugo gipampinga correct tugifuna ufuna myocardial infarction. For that person to know that is what is actually happening, that person needs to come to the hospital and the person is diagnosed. Nuko tukamwa diagnosis egi. But most people actually confuse chest pain with pain in the heart. No manya enda yawo na kifuba kiawe, your stomach is in your chest. Someone can be having a severe PUD, peptic ulcer disease, funeral ulcers nyingi zimkwasile kifuba kimsasa nagamu mutima gwanyita. But most times out of the many patients I've seen, it is not always the heart, it is always the stomach.
Okay. So tuliyo tumalira, I think abantu soko abalizaye bugambia byo kumalira family planning na pressure kutubalize no advising ota.
Mwebale muna mtekaniza na nkokumbere ngambire ibara lyange mayeta mteki Frederick Innocent. Family planning kirungi muno baitu nikisobora kuba kibi kakubo kikozesa mungere talinungi. So ningoza kubasaba ngo muntu weno wali aherwaho oyanguhe ofuna obujanjabe buhikire orora abasaha barukwetegereze kibarukora nuko consulting ofuna obujanjabe bukwetegerezebwa oburukuba nwenda nyowe nko muntu noja kunsanga kabarolo hospital nimbaho balaza na kya kabiri baitu nyine ni rware ryange ririkaragwa kyoma kya mafuta kya KTDS ani ngonza no kusima for TV habo ku tekao program yenu eyo kuyamba abantu kwetegereza obwomezi bwabo nko kubuli kintu kirungi muno nikija kuyamba population yetu ya abantu kwikara informed kwikara nemanye kigitalbaniza medically hata liole nao kuija kana nao akateka mu information iyo wiro bukere yo kusanga etahikire nejja kuhabya abantu nayo aboli ngoza kusima we bale ku hospital.
So ntubasima muno mwebale kutuliriza program yaitu bambi mwebale kutufollowinga bantu bita kutufollowinga from Monday to Monday manyi program zaitu tizikira kuburaho. Though me I work from Monday to Friday, but na programs ezinde zibayo mu weekends nazo muzifollowinga mwebale muno. Then bambi muranganyira I've not read your messages habwe ensonga zitalizimu na zimu, but I promise next time ninja kuzisoma kandi abakwenda omusaba kwenda kumanya ebikukiraho hali ebe yasoborire nasobora kutusomera enambaze zesimu akazibaha, then just in case one kintu cyone cyo kwenda kumanya hali ebe babalizeho nebindi batasoboye kubaza, you can consult him no mtera no baza nawe na kusobora rundi nimugira ngeri ngo musobora ku meeting akamuhika akakusobora ne kusinga. So I think you can give them your contacts. Email address yange eri fredino13@gmail.com. Namba yange yesimu ya MTN eri 07799 57259 079 atano na msanju 255 na mwenda. Okay. So thank you so much. Mwebale muno kwenda for TV no following up programs zaitu for TV family ntubagonza muno mwebale no kutugonza no kutusupportinga habwakiro kinu leka tugarukira hano kamba gondeze ekire kirungi na weekend enungi. Bye bye.